What is going on, everyone, and welcome to WreckTalk. And look, everyone's talking about it, and we're going to talk about the NCAA 25 trailer today. Now, I hate to keep being the bearer of bad news. I think EA's bait and switching us with this trailer because look, this trailer looks amazing. Like, don't misunderstand me. It looks phenomenal. I want to play this game. I want to play this game bad. The question is this the game that we're getting? All right. So first, rated E for everyone. In-game purchases includes random items. That's loot boxes. So it's another discussion for another time that I think games with gambling mechanics should be rated AO, adults only, whatever. That's not what we're talking about today. Notice the verbiage here. Game engine footage. Game engine footage. So most of the time, like when Horizon Forbidden West came out, and if you don't know what that game is, it doesn't matter. Really graphically intense games that a lot of the marketing is in the graphics. Will phrase things captured on PS5, captured on Xbox, which is telling you this is how the game is going to look on a PS5. That is not what EA is saying here. They're saying game engine footage, which could mean, and I do think what it means, is that this game was captured in game, or it could even be pre-rendered from this verbiage, but on a absolutely top tier PC. In other words, this what you're seeing here could have been rendered on a $10,000 or $20,000 PC. And look, I'm a PC Master Race guy. I have a 3080, or not a 3080, a 4080 Super. I bought it like the week that it came out in my computer. I know all about the graphics and the intricacies and overclocking. I'm on that. And that's what tipped me off looking at this trailer. I'll show you what tipped me off to it. Or when I really was like, something isn't right with this. Let me find it. It was in the Army Navy game. I think it's a little bit back. Right here. I'll cut the sound off because look at this. Let's back it up a little bit. Now, let me ask you, do you think that a PS5 can output graphics that look like this? Like, this looks amazing. This looks like PC graphics. Like, if the game was coming out on PC, you could absolutely convince me this is what the game looks like on PC. And it's not just the graphics fidelity, it's the frame rate. Look how smooth the frame rate is. I highly, highly doubt, even if the game even gets close to looking like this, which I don't, that the frame rate is going to be this smooth. They'll probably, and this is common, this isn't even a knock on the game, that the frame rate is going to be, there'll be a like fidelity version, like, or an ultra graphic settings that runs at 30 frames per second at like 4K. And there'll be another setting that if you want to crank it down to 1080p, it'll run at 60 frames a second. And looking at this, like, even like it might dip into the 20s on a 4K setting, or what is it, 2K or whatever. Now, I don't care if the graphics look this good or not. That's not the point of what I'm saying. The point is that they're presenting it and using deceptive language to make you think that it looks like this. The point of this trailer is to look at this and be like, that's what the game is going to play like and look like. Otherwise, I don't, and otherwise they wouldn't use the term game engine footage. The PS5 has a 2060 Super in it. That graphics card came out 5 years ago, and if you're not in the know-how of graphics card and the PC game, that's the low tier card for that year's edition. So you look at like there's 4060. Let's just make it simple. 4060, 4070, 4080, and 4090. The 60 is like you could think of it as the beginner card in that series or the least powerful card in the series. So the PS5 is running the least powerful graphics card from the 2000 series that came out 5 years ago. I'm telling you that that card is not capable of outputting graphics that look like this at this frame rate. Just it flat out isn't. So you have to ask yourself, because I know I was on a show earlier today talking about the game. Oh, it's, what EA's basically, why can't we take EA at their word? Well, everything I look at screams that we shouldn't. Game engine footage is deceptive language. I'm just going to flat out tell you. And everything I see screams Madden reskin. It uses the same game engine that Madden does. If you don't know, Madden's built on the Frostbite engine. Frostbite engine was developed for first-person shooters for Battlefield, and they hamstrung it into a football game. You're telling me EA doesn't have the money to build their own game engine for their flagship sports titles? And since it uses the same game engine as Madden, you don't think they're not going to copy paste code from Madden to here. They're not going to copy paste animations. They absolutely are. So again, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I'm just telling you what I see. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I catch the biggest L in this video ages like milk. I just don't think it is. And I think we're being bait and switched with the reveal trailer. Just being honest with you. So let's go look at the game modes. Now, let's go look at some of these features, because they've released, this stuff, Campus IQ gameplay, which is absolutely just like Madden. Squidtard put a video out saying, just like Madden, huh? Talking about how good the graphics look. Everything on this page is just like Madden. In fact, at the bottom of every one of these, they're advertising the MVP bundle, which is Madden 25 and NCAA 25 bundled into one. Why are they doing that? Because they know Madden is hot garbage, and they're trying to bootstrap the sales of NCAA 25 to it. All right, so let's look at this. What is Campus IQ gameplay? That sounds like what they call every new quote-unquote tackling system, physics system that they introduce. Campus IQ gameplay. And as you read this, you can tell, this isn't people that worked on the game that wrote this. The marketers wrote this. All of this is 100% marketing speak. True college football gameplay, powered by a wide range of player ratings that fluctuate throughout a game. We've had that in NCAA for 2 decades now. Come on. At least 15 years that's been the case. Team tiers and new in-game passing mechanics. They don't lay out what that is specifically, just new in-game passing mechanics. Delivers strategic, fast-paced gameplay reflecting the true depth of college football. So nothing of substance is said there. You just get a pretty picture of Travis Hunter picking the ball off. I don't know. Is he playing offense or defense here? Looks like there's a quarterback throwing, so I guess that's an interception. Wear and tear system. Manage your players' health, limit fatigue, assess risk of injury, and avoid on-field mistakes by using strategic substitutions to ensure your players are at their best when it counts. Again, nothing new here. All of this has been in the game for years and years and years up to this point. I got a comment from a guy that's close to the channel. I'm a huge fan of him. That said, hey, they're not going to do this again. It's not like Madden. And I talked with Scoot about this too. You're trusting, one, that trailer's accurate to what the game looks like. And you're also trusting that EA is going to do something they've never done in the past. Because he kept saying, hey, they said they're not going to do this over monetization stuff. You're going to trust that EA is going to do something they've never done before, which is be honest and forthright with their customer base. For the past 10, 15 years, we've been promised in Madden there's going to be a focus on franchise mode, and we've yet to get it. They'll take out features to just offer them as if they're new. Madden games from 10 or 15 years ago have more features and are better games than the Maddens you get today. Do you think the same company is going to be different with a college football game? It uses the same engine that Madden does. Let's keep going. Pre-snap recognition. Oh my God. Is that new? No, we've had that for years and years too. Get the intel you need at the line so you can read the field and make the right decision when it matters most. That sounds like what we've had before. Again, there's nothing of substance there. Home field advantage. The host team has a tangible gameplay advantage in every matchup. Test your squad's road game composure as you face various levels of distraction like screen shaking, missing pre-play icons, and moving play art. Again, this was all in NCAA 14. So we've gone through a whole page to where at the end where they're pushing the MVP bundle again. Not one new feature to the game. It's been a decade, a little longer than a decade since the last game came out. And EA is so on top of things, not one new feature have we seen yet. Let's continue. Let's go to the next one. Iconic atmospheres. Now, this I do think will be great. Pageantry and traditions, revel in the sights and the sounds that electrify college football. Like, I do think the atmosphere is going to be great. So it's not all negative in this video. I think they're going to knock that out of the park. Commentary and broadcast. Now, it'll be interesting to see just how much commentary that they've recorded. I know Lee Corso said there was a ton. I forget the exact number. I don't really have any reason to think that that won't be the case either. I think the commentary will be good. I think there'll be a wide range of commentary. Now, they have promised that it's going to be very pertinent to what's happening in game. Like if there's a big play, they're going to react to the big play. If it's a big play in a big game, it'll be even more, exclamation points or whatever. I don't know if it'll be that great, but I trust that's going to be good. And that's the only two things you get for iconic atmospheres. Game modes. This is what we all want to know about. We want to know about Dynasty mode, and in particular, Online Dynasty mode. So Dynasty, we get 2 sentences for it. Create a coach and build a powerhouse college football program from the ground up. Establish your coaching staff, recruit the best talent, utilize the transfer portal. First new gameplay mechanic that we've read about thus far. And that's because it didn't exist in college football a decade ago when the last game came out. It will be interesting to see how the transfer portal works in this game. In Dynasty mode, how do you navigate the portal? Do you go pick players out of the portal? Can you tamper? Who knows? Watch your program ascend to the sports pantheon. Road to glory. Live the life of a student athlete with your created player and take home the Heisman as you build an unforgettable college football legacy. Manage your weekly schedule, GPA, and your image. Earn coach trust. And that struck me. So how are you going to manage your GPA? That's new. That's a new feature. Do you take tests or something? Do you have to take college algebra or something in game? Like, how is that going to work? Do y'all remember like in NCAA, like 06 or 07? I talked about this on stream. You had a picture of your girlfriend, and like when you were like the third string quarterback, she was just like ugly as sin and like fat. And then as you ascended to being like a college football legend, she'd get hotter and hotter and hotter. You probably couldn't do that today, but if that feature was in the game, I would take back everything negative I've said about it. I'd be like, yep, this is the truth. Coach trust has been in the game before. Managing your weekly schedule has been in the game before. This hasn't, though. So in Road to Glory, you can use the transfer portal. So I guess if you can't get enough points in training to earn the starting spot, you can be like, screw this. I'm transferring from Miami to Wyoming. who was in the trailer. You got Wyoming in the trailer and like Wake Forest and all these teams. And an interesting choice of teams they put in. Here's what the focus is going to be on, though, guys. Ultimate Team. Build your dream team of college football stars and legends, play solo challenges or head-to-head seasons, and take on the toughest contests, test your roster and your skills in formats like college football Ultimate Team, Champs, and Champs Gauntlets. Now, I don't know what those other two modes are because I don't play Madden. Maybe there's a Madden equivalent for that. I guarantee you the moment you boot the game up, you're going to get hit with a deal on a card pack. Oh, this card pack usually costs $10, 80% off. You can get one for $2. Start your Ultimate Team. In fact, there's no amount of money I wouldn't bet that that is going to be the case when you open the game up. The question is going to be how much of this monetization is involved in Dynasty mode. You know, will player boost be behind loot boxes? Is there an advantage to be gained by trading real world money into the game for whatever currency and rolling a loot box? We'll have to see. Here's a new game mode, Road to the College Football Playoff experience. And I don't know if it's a game mode. I mean, this is probably be implemented in Dynasty. All they're saying is, you know, college football playoffs are going to be in it. Experience a new way to play competitively and represent your favorite team in the road to the college football playoff. Climb the pole by upsetting the toughest opponents, make it to the playoff, and vie for the national championship. Maybe that will be its own game mode. I don't know. And then yet again, you get hit with buying the MVP bundle, which don't buy the MVP bundle. Why anyone would play Madden? There's better games that aren't in an NFL license because, look, EA owns the NFL license and evidently they own the college football license. Like Axis Football is better. EA Play membership, I mean, that's just their subscription service. No need to look at that. And Crossplay. Now, this is important. Crossplay. What I'm concerned with, which I know the answer to now, is Online Dynasty going to be crossplay? Meaning you can play, if you're on PlayStation, you can play someone on Xbox. So it goes through what is crossplay, which platforms support crossplay. Well, it takes two to crossplay, and there's only two consoles it's on, so that kind of narrows it down a little bit, doesn't it? How to enable, what is needed to enable, blah, blah, blah. How do I opt out? That's a good question. Will opting out be in the game? Can you be in Road to Glory and opt out of the bowl game? And we still don't know, and I'm sure you won't be able to because that would make way too much sense with your MVP bundle. Can you export your Road to Glory player into the NFL draft in Madden? I guarantee you they don't have it. That would be the only reason to buy Madden 25, but that would make too much sense. How does crossplay work? There's one thing in particular I'm looking for. What modes will crossplay support? In fact, let's zoom into this so we can all see. No, you can see it all. Players who opt into crossplay. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I zoomed in and it went to the bottom. What modes will crossplay support? In College Football 25, you can play cross-platform and Road to the College Football Playoff, so evidently that is its own game mode. College Football Ultimate Team and play with a friend. Notice what's conspicuously absent. Online Dynasty. And that's what I meant to say. Friend of the channel, Phazak, commented, well, everyone's going to want to play Online Dynasty and they don't want to bog the servers down with it. It's a valid point, but here's the thing. We're talking about a company that probably has 50 billion or more in the bank. You're telling me for their flagship football games, they can't buy enough servers to handle the load of Online Dynasty? It's a question of what they want to do. When it comes to Ultimate Team, there's always enough resources for that. There's always innovation in that. So you can't tell me they can't get enough servers to enable cross-play support for Online Dynasty. And come on, once you've implemented cross-play into the game, it doesn't take a whole lot more to implement it in another game mode. It's very bizarre to me that you don't have cross-platform play for the one game mode that literally everyone wants to play. Who cares if their leaderboards cross-platform? Is College Football Ultimate Team Auction House cross-platform? So what they're saying there is once you tickle your gambling itch and open, card packs and whatever cleat color you want, can you sell that cross-platform? No. No, you can't. The fact that they even have an auction house for this BS nonsense in this game is concerning enough. How will it affect times? Okay. What else do we need to look at? We've looked at it all. So we've looked through all this. You guys tell me, does this sound a whole lot different than Madden? Does it sound like they're not going to overly monetize the game? Other than a new coat of paint, what new is EA offering us with this college football game? We're getting cross-platform play on game modes that most people don't play or isn't their favorite game mode. We're getting a portal. They didn't say anything about NIL, so I don't know if NIL is in the game. And as far as new things in the game, as from what I read here, taking them at face value, that's about it. That's about it. So that's in fact that's about all I have for the video. You guys tell me, do you trust that trailer? Is that indicative of how the game is going to look at launch? Do you trust EA with their promises for this game? Are you worried that it's going to be overly monetized? And are you, at the end of the day, worried that you're going to be able to have fun with it? Because I'll tell you this, if they literally just put a new coat of paint on it, copy Dynasty mode from NCAA 14, paste it in NCAA 25, I'm actually fine with that. That's actually preferable. That's kind of the best case scenario from what we can expect from EA, and I'll take back a lot of things. I doubt it's going to be the case, though. Let me know in the comments. You guys have a good one.